Hello. Hi, Smruti.
Hi, Uttara. Hi.
Hi Uttara, hi Smruti, hi Barnali. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Barnali. So, Gabby's Toastmaster. Oh, that's you, Nancy. Okay. It just said Gabby's Toastmaster for some time.
Yes, I just needed to rename myself because I'm logging in from Gabby's account.
Okay. I have to rename myself as well.
My laptop is really slow.
It's the year end.
Laptop is
Maybe
taking
that.
up.
Yeah, it's just saying that snooze.
Hi, Nancy. Hi, Banali.
Hi Smruti, how are you?
Good, Nancy. Good.
How many of y'all have been affected by? Uh, I know, Nancy, you're in Bangalore, but Smruti, are you in Bangalore as well?
Oh, no. I'm signing in from the US. So
Oh,
yeah, I stay here.
okay, nice. What about you, Barnali?
I'm from Bangalore.
Okay, so question to Nancy and Barnali.
Yeah,
Have you all been affected by the Bangalore weather yet?
Very
not
badly.
exactly.
It's been almost 25 days. I'm not even getting out of this throat infection at all.
Mm. Yeah,
Exactly.
It worse, very bad.
it has been bad. Yeah. I just got it about a week and a half back. It went and it came back.
Yeah, it went for a day for me and then came
Mhm.
back another evening.
And I
So
was one
how about Uttara? Uttara, you from Bangalore or Mumbai?
Bangalore. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, but I live in
Okay.
Bangalore now. It's been almost 12 years. Hello, dear Samita. Hi, hi, Sourav.
So, am I expecting both of you to join this Saturday? A very warm evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the meeting number 26 of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. I'm the Sergeant at Arms for the meeting today. With this, I would like to mention a few ground rules for all of us to have a very smooth and interesting meeting ahead. So, first one goes something like this. Please stay muted throughout the meeting unless you are called to speak or you need to speak. Keep your video on so that we have some interest in the meeting as we interact with our faces and our facial expressions, body language as well. Please refrain from speaking on three topics: sex, religion, and politics. Though Toastmasters International does not prohibit us from speaking on these topics, but all I request is for you to be mindful of everyone's sentiment. Last but not the least, keep your noise producing devices on mute so that you can fully focus on today's meeting. With this, I would like to hand it over to our presiding officer for today's meeting. Our presiding officer for today is someone who carries close to 30 years of experience in academia, someone who is a soft skills trainer, someone who's hailing from Nagpur nowadays, a city of oranges, and someone who is my proud mentee. Please put your hands together for the president of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to take over the stage from my mentor. Let's hear it for our distinguished Toastmaster, Nancy Goel, who started the meeting right on time. I hereby declare meeting number 26 of Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club open. I do not see any visiting Toastmaster or guest today. Is there any guest who would like to give a short introduction? Archana, are you a guest or a visiting Toastmaster?
Pallavi is a visiting Toastmaster. Rest everyone is member
I'm
of
a
the Gabbys.
member of Gabbys Club, ma'am.
Yeah, so is this your first meeting or have you attended meetings before this?
No. I've attended
You
previous
have
meetings also.
attended. Okay. So stay till the end of the meeting. I'll ask you at the end a feedback on this meeting. Pallavi Agarwal, you were a visiting Toastmaster? Yes.
Good evening,
Yeah.
everyone. I am frequent visitor, no more feels like a
Yes, you are. Still, we love to have you here every time. Welcome, and please stay till the end, and we will definitely like to hear from you. Preeti, are you a
Yes,
Toastmaster or a visiting Toastmaster or a guest?
yes. Hi, Samita. Hi, everyone. My name is Preeti. I'm actually a Toastmaster with Speakers of Bengaluru Toastmasters Club. Yeah, I've visited Gabby's a couple of times earlier this year, and I'm joining after a long time. So, looking forward for the meeting.
Welcome to our club, and please stay till the end, and we would like to hear from you. You know, Toastmasters Club. This is an organization which is not young. It is more than 100 years old. It was started with a dream that people should learn how to communicate confidently and become public speakers and leaders. This was the dream of Dr. Ralph S. Smedley. At present, it has spread all over the globe, creating networks of clubs where the program is very unique because it is learned by doing. And once you are a Toastmaster, you're a Toastmaster for life because you love the way the skills that you need to achieve your personal and professional goals are polished here. To take this meeting forward, we have someone who has 25 years of experience in sales, training, learning strategy, and leadership facilitation. She is known for her authentic expressiveness and a progressive outlook. She's a passionate communicator that we all have seen, and she brings warmth, vitality, and depth to every meeting. Please put your hands together for our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Uttara Sharma. Over to you.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Samita. A very, very good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and distinguished Toastmasters. It is my pleasure to be the Toastmaster of the day today and to introduce the theme of the day, the final chapter 2025. And before we delve into the meeting with this reflecting theme, for the benefit of the visiting Toastmasters, I would like to explain the structure of today's meeting. In a regular Gabbys online advanced Toastmasters meeting, we follow a structured format divided into three key sections. There's prepared speeches, where members deliver speeches based on their chosen pathways. There's a round robin table topics, where everyone gets a voice, a moment to speak, and a chance to shine on the same topic. The evaluation section, where we receive constructive feedback that helps us grow as communicators. To take this meeting forward, the entire meeting today is going to be closely observed and monitored by the General Evaluator, who will later present a comprehensive review of the proceedings. The General Evaluator for today is is the Toastmaster Smruti S. Mohanty. Smruti Sagarika Mohanty is a certified soft skills trainer, mentorship specialist, training content creator, and seasoned business to business enterprise sales professional with over a decade of experience. A purpose-driven Toastmaster, she has served in key club and district leadership roles, including being a club mentor, coach, and distinguished area director. Completing her fifth pathway. Wow. She's also the first runner up at the District 92 Table Topics contest and the immediate past president of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Let's give it up for General Evaluator Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, who will walk us through their role for today's meeting. A big round of applause for Smruti. Over
Thank you
to
so
you,
much,
Toastmasters.
Madam. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. I'll take it from the word I'm going to observe and monitor the meeting quite closely. Yes, that's the role of a general evaluator. The purpose of a general evaluator, to be specific, is to evaluate the arrangement of the meeting. What is happening before the meeting, during the meeting, so that together we can go back and understand what we did well and what are the areas and factors in which we can definitely work upon. Now, if we are going to monitor the meeting, supervise the meeting, it is important to have a power pack team in place in order to help the general evaluator. There is a dedicated team who will help in reporting the same. The team starts with our timer. Today, the role of the timer will be played by Toastmaster Barnali. Toastmaster Barnali is an accomplished professional with executive education program at IIM Bangalore. She brings over 2 decades of cross-industry experience and a strong belief in purpose-driven learning. Her journey uniquely blends academia, service, and art. A trained Kathak dancer, she believes in inspiring, healing, creating impact through expressions, wisdom, and meaningful engagement. May I request our timer to please help us understand the role of a timer representing the timer cards. Over to you, Toastmaster Barnali.
Thanks, Smruti. And good evening, everyone. So today I have a timer for today's session. So I'm just going to repeat the rules on the timer part. So I'm going to actually judge on the timings for all the speeches which is going to be delivered today, including the general evaluator, the evaluation, whatever the people are going to do, as well as the prepared speeches, including the table topic speakers as well. So if I'm going to just take you through the time allocated for the prepared speeches. So the prepared speech for Samita, and I'm going to show you the card, and the timing will be 5 minutes for green card, 6 minutes for the yellow card, and 7 minutes for the red card. And I'm going to give a grace period of 30 seconds to the prepared speech. And for Chaithra, the timing would be 4 minutes green card, 5 minutes yellow card, and 6 minutes red card. And for all the evaluators, we are going to give a timing of 2 to 3 minutes each with 30 seconds of grace period. So this is all about the timings. Over to you, Smruti.
Okay. Could you please help us changing the color cards so that people can see how the cards are going to reflect?
Pause. So this is the yellow card,
Mm-hmm.
the green card, and
Okay. Fine. Thank you, Barnali.
yeah, I'll just take 2 minutes to download the red card.
No worries, got it. We can see the changing color cards. Well, folks of the meeting, please be vigilant of this particular window because the timer is gonna report the time And staying within time and outside time will also play a bigger role while we enter the polling section. So please do be very careful regarding the timer part. Now let's move forward to the second role taker of the TEL team, which is the language evaluator. Today, the role will be played by Toastmaster Gaurav Babu. Gaurav is a design engineer based in Bangalore, holds an undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering and a postgraduate degree in tool engineering. He is passionate about gaming, bike rides, and sketching. Eager to enhance his public speaking and leadership abilities, he joined the Toastmasters Club and looks forward to making new friends. Over to Toastmaster Gaurav. Please help us understand the language evaluator role.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, as the General Evaluator today, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their language usage. I'll also make note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all the speakers and role players of today's meeting. So, the report would mainly consist of five major areas. The filler words such as inappropriate interjections, for instance, and, well, but, so, the use of crutch words similar to basically, actually, this thing, etc. Repetitive words, for example, this means, unintentional long or short pauses made by the speakers, any misuse of the English language, and any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. So, as the general evaluator today, it is also my duty to introduce you to the word of the day. So, today's word of the day is tenacious, which means persistent or determined. Let me give you an example. Her tenacious spirit helped her overcome every obstacle. Tenacious pursuit of excellence separates good from great. So, I encourage all the speakers and role takers to use the word of the day. I will be pasting the word of the day in the chat. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gaurav. Let's quickly go ahead with our last role taker. May I request our listener today? The role will be played by Toastmaster Rahul Swami, who is a fitness enthusiast and a marketing analyst in Hyderabad. With over 4 years of work experience, an ambitious, strategic thinker with a knack of learning new things. He has come back to the Gabbys to continue his public speaking journey. In his free time, he loves to work out, spend time with his pets and family. Toastmaster Rahul, could you please help us understand the listener's role? Over to you. Do we have Rahul in the meeting room?
Dropped off.
Okay. Let's do one thing. Once the meeting is over, let me check your listening skills today. On that note, that's a wrap with respect to the introduction of the TEL team in front of you. A quick note to the evaluators of the meeting, because once we will be back, we will present the entire report. But for the evaluators, please remember at Gabbys, the special arrangement is with respect to the evaluators. The first evaluator will be focused on the content, and the second evaluators will be focused on the delivery aspect. So please be mindful while you are listening to the respective speakers. On that note, I give the stage back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Uttara. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Smruti. That was a swift and very crisp introduction to yourself and the TEL team. Thank you so much for that. 2025 has been a year of milestones for me. I turned 45 and I celebrated my birthday with pomp and show. I clocked 25 years of being a professional this year. I also completed 5 years in IBM. And it wasn't just me. My dog, Sultan, turned 5 just a few days back. Of all of these milestones, the one that made me reflect down memory lane was the 25-year professional life milestone. A journey that has been full of learning, unlearning, meeting people and more people, and finding ways to navigate through personal and professional challenges. On reflection, I feel extremely proud that with all its bumps and hurdles, I continue to grow my confidence and positivity and become tenacious with each passing day. I have a question for all of you. If you were to look back at the year, what would be that one milestone that has made you smile or feel proud? And for this question, I'm going to pick the Toastmasters in the meeting. So let's start this discussion with our language evaluator, Gaurav Babu. What's the one milestone this year that has made you feel proud or smile?
Okay, one thing for me this year is that there was this company I wanted to get into, which is mostly to do with machine design. So I've been looking into joining one of the companies wherein I wanted to get into this field of machine design, and I successfully got into one. So that is one success for this year.
Wow, now that must be a dream come true, right?
Yes,
Awesome. That
yeah.
is great to hear. Moving on to Toastmaster Bindu Joseph. What is that one milestone or a proud moment that has made you smile this year?
Well, that's a tough question because I don't look back.
Oh,
I'm a very forward person. But if at all I have to pinpoint at something, I would say reaching the third semester of a subject that is totally alien to my profession, but which unexpectedly has broadened my horizons and opened myself to learning at a time when I didn't anticipate I would be learning as much as I am now. So going back to being a student, and that was a challenge, but it was a very, let's say, it was a very rewarding one.
I know moving out of your comfort zone can be really rewarding if you take it in the positive spirit, which I think you are doing very, very well. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'd like to pick the next Toastmaster Michael Joshua. Could you tell us about one milestone moment that has made you smile or feel proud?
Thank you, Uttara. So I couldn't be able to come in camera. I'm
That's
just
fine.
working. Okay. So this whole year I have a lot of milestones as an entrepreneur. Many things. One thing which I want to emphasize here is my public speaking skills. I was very worst. I was nervous, but today I started my own community in Bangalore, and I am the host. Still, there is a fight between my sweat, nervousness, and myself. Today, this has been vanished. I am able to stand in the podium, no, in the stage. I was able to continue talking. I'm just expecting where is my fear that has been vanished. Now I am calmed down. I'm improving my speaking skills. That's one of the major milestone I have achieved.
What a feeling it must be, right,
Thank you.
Dr.
Yeah.
Michael? What a feeling it must have been to be able to overcome fear and face crowds with confidence, with poise, and with finesse. Great, great job there. We'll take one last person. I see Rajat Santosh. I'm not sure if you're a Toastmaster or a guest or a visiting Toastmaster. Rajat Santosh, could you tell us one milestone moment that has made you feel proud or smile this year?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Yes, I am a Toastmaster. I'm a Toastmaster from District 121. So I thought I'll give a visit to the neighboring district, that is District 92. One
Well,
milestone I would say is for the past many years, I've priority on becoming better with respect to intellect or with respect to whatever involves mental aspects
mhm.
like public speaking or presentation. Getting gotten many opportunities and I've delivered it. But one thing which I've always been insecure or been lazy or been procrastinating about was my physical health. And I've been very insecure about my physical health. So I took the first step, the step which I wanted to take for so long, and I started mixed martial arts last month. So for past 1 month, I've been going for mixed martial arts. In addition to developing my physical health, I'm also learning a new skill now, That is a mix of kickboxing and Muay Thai. Right now, it's just one class after the other. Nothing big, no big dreams, no big goals. Just to show up every day, Monday. That's my only goal as of now. Yeah, that is one thing which I'm proud of.
Brilliant. And I think showing up by itself is a big achievement. So, congratulations on that. And I wish you all the best for this journey of rediscovering yourself. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. It's now time for us to move to the next exciting segment of the meeting, the prepared speeches. Today, we have dynamic speeches lined up for you. Each speaker has crafted their speech with purpose, with passion, aligned with their pathway's journey. So sit back, listen closely, and get ready to be inspired. Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh and Toastmaster Archana Prajapati, you will be evaluating your designated speaker and our first speaker for the day. Are you present and ready? Could you just give a thumbs up? Great, fantastic.
Yes.
Brilliant, thank you. Our first speaker for today is Toastmaster Chaithra Laxminarayan, who has started her Toastmasters journey through the pathway, engaging humor, and is attempting level 1, project 1, the icebreaker speech. Chaitra is a compliance lawyer at Moray Global and a professional Kathak dancer whenever she can steal a moment. She's a bird watcher and a proud mother to a beautiful newborn daughter, Olive, who has joined her lively crew alongside Newton, her Labrador, and Leo, her Kadaknath roaster. She comes from a Yash Raj movie family and is happily married to a cricketer who hasn't given up on turning her into a six-hitter. Timer, please note the speech for Chaitra will be 4 to 6 minutes, like you already know. Over to you, Toastmaster Chaitra. Unfogging the lawyer, how laughter fixed my forgetful brain. Unfogging the lawyer, how laughter fixed my forgetful brain, Toastmaster Chaitra. Let's give Toastmaster Chaitra a big welcome.
Thank you so much, Uttara. I'm here ready to get started. Toastmasters, my fellow guests, are you ready for the ultimate adventure? Because you guys are my laughter joy and my laughter lab. Here I am, starting with it at my office. Looking into every files, looking into every matters that I need to attend to. And then my boss calls. Chaitra, do you have the client's information all intact? And I say, yes, Joanna, of course, everything is there. Oh my God, Chaitra, do you remember the file that we were speaking the other day about? Looks like there are n number of details in it, multiple red flags that needs to be noted. Could you please figure out? I'm clueless as to what is in it. Oh, Rohana, actually, to let you know, I've already looked into it and it seems to be seamless effort to look into it. I think I've identified all the red flags in it, and most of them are about bribery. And I've noted everything, and I've already sent it as a note to you. Oh my God, lady, you have an eagle eye. Believe me, you have places to go. Thank you so much, Chaitra, for that. No worries, Ruvana. Thank you so much. As usual, I'm always humbled by your comments. Thank you so much, Ruvana. But me, inside. Tremor hitting harder. I'm breathing. And I'm unable to think through every little bit and I'm trying to process every little thing that she's going to ask me now. I'm trying to think through every red flag that she's going to question me about. My hands continue to shake. And I'm trying to also think about my daughter. What is my daughter up to? And my body aches because I haven't fed her properly this morning. And I've still got to answer her just in case she comes back to me today. And then, and I'm still trying to process every little information about the file. And then my mind fogs. Everything disappears. And I don't know what to do. And again, there's a colleague who walks beside me and says, "Hey, Chaithra, did you have your breakfast?" And I say, "Yeah, I did." And they're like, "What happened?" "Nothing much. I just lost my key this morning and I'm just thinking through, where did I leave it? Did I forget the key when I ordered for the pizzas this morning?" And then my friend says, "Probably, Chaithra, the particular key that you're talking about should be beside the file that you forgot last week." And then we both start laughing endlessly. And I'm like, "Believe me, that was really funny and timely. Thank you so much for that. Probably it's beside that file." And quickly after laughing, I'm saying my manager, Joanna, and she comes to me and she asks me this question. And everything is restored. I got the file back and it's all in my mind. And I'm like, "Yes, Joanna, I know everything." Then again, it's my anniversary, guys. And I'm here thinking about how I prepared for it. Is it July 13th or is it July 14th? What am I going to answer my husband now that he comes in? And we need to stay prepared for it. I do not know how I'm going to function for a minute or so. And then my husband comes in and he asks me, "Chai, do you remember where we're getting closer? You know what we're getting closer to?" I said, "Of course, I remember." "Okay, tell me, is it 13th or 14th of July?" And I confidently tell him, "Of course, it is 14th of July. And then my husband is like, "Oh, not bad. You got it this time, honey." And then I tell him very cleverly, "Honey, doesn't matter. Every single day is a anniversary, man. Come on, let's go have some fun and party today." And then my mind is like, thank God you did take a note in your notepad about it. And you had all your dates written down. And you set an alarm. Goodness, thank God. Again, the next and the final very important thing that I have to tell you. Mind fog is a clog. It never lets you function that easily. It's a stop button in your brain. And the only start button that can enable and ease you up is your laughter. And laughter, smile, can never happen without the tenacious effort that you need to be putting in to keep yourself always light-hearted. That is the only way out to deal with any sort of mental health issues like mind fog. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time. Over to you, Uttara.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chaithra. That was a fantastic icebreaker. And just for that, we're all going to give you a standing ovation because this is your first icebreaker speech.
Thank you so much, everybody.
I had to bend and do this so that my face is seen along with the big me. All right. Our next speaker for the day will be evaluated by Toastmaster Prapurna and distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Please confirm your presence.
Yes, I'm here.
Fantastic. Toastmaster Prapurna? I don't think she's here. General Evaluator Smruti, would you like to fill in for Toastmaster Prapurna? All right, thank you very much. Our next speaker is our very own presiding officer, Samita Kar, who has recently completed level 2 and is now stepping on to level 3 project 1. I know she has already been introduced, but I'm going to take a jab at sharing some more information about her. Samita Kar is a 3-time Triple Crown Award winner and has completed 2 pathways, She regularly represents her club at area level contests. She is a dynamic soft skills trainer with a dream to empower women leaders. She boosts confidence, communication, and careers. She's an avid storyteller and a passionate traveler, and her suitcase is full of stories. From bathing elephants in Sri Lanka to exploring the ruins of Nalanda, her chosen pathway for level 3 is dynamic leadership. The topic for Toastmaster Samita Kar today is Connect with Storytelling. Over to you, Toastmaster Samita Kar. Connect with Storytelling. Connect with Storytelling, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
The title of my speech today is Approach. When the signal goes away, the screen's blank, your mind finally awakes. Imagine this. If you have gone to a hillside where the sky stretches endlessly blue, the trees look green, the air is crisp. But there is one problem. There is no internet connection. That one device which we hold dear, our phone, is not working anymore. No more scrolling, no more looking at reels or playing online games. Nothing. This indeed is a problem. How will you deal with such a problem? Can anyone unmute and tell if this big, huge problem happens with you? What will you do? How will you spend your time? Can anyone unmute and speak? Yes, I can see distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. If you are ever in such a situation, what will you do?
I just saw Gaurav unmuting himself. Probably he wants to share something.
Yes.
If my phone is not working, I would probably first get a new phone.
Your network is not there. Phone is working, network is not there.
I would probably go out, for a walk in the nature.
Yes, okay, go for a walk in the nature. Good. Now, I found myself in such a situation with a couple of my friends. Now, let me introduce them to you. First was Bhavleen, with her curly hair, busy, always busy, watching all the content that is related to makeup. The second one, Sakshi. Sakshi is the one who will wear her pajamas and go everywhere, even to a fine dining, if we allow her to. Third is our Anupama, the diva. She always is searching how to click 1,000 photographs, wear designer clothes, and show it to the world in her reels. She lives in the real world. Last but not the least, Ashmita. Ashmita, the quiet one. She hates speaking to people. And so, all of us together in this hillside with that lovely view in front of us, but no signal, that you have to remember. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then again, everyone was on their phone, desperately trying to see if they can find something. I saw them getting irritated. I saw them getting restless. A thought stuck. Let me give them a problem to solve. And then they will be engaged for maybe some time. I took a chalk, drew a circle on the wall, called them and said, here is a simple problem. You look at this circle. They said, yes, we can see the circle. Why do you want us to see a circle? Said Sakshi. And Anupama, there is a circle. What should we do about it? I said the puzzle was pretty simple. You need to make the circle smaller without touching it. Sakshi said, what will happen if I do that? I said, that's a puzzle. It's something you need to think about. Exercise your brain. Anupama was wondering if she can make a reel out of it. She said, please don't bore us. You know what? There is no connection. That's a bigger problem. I said, I have given you a puzzle. Please solve that. I can't make a reel out of it, so I'm not going to think about it. Okay. I again explained the problem to them. It's such a simple problem. There's a circle. You have to just make it smaller. I saw Ashmita not talking, but looking intently at the circle. And finally, I saw a smile on her face. She smiled and said, any problem till we get the solution is a problem. So all of us looked at her and said, did you get the solution? She said, yes, but I'm not going to share it with you. Let all of my friends use the gray metals a little more. Because until and unless you are thinking about it, a solution given to you, you will not value it. So think. So others also started thinking, a little peer pressure. By this time, a couple of people from the surrounding areas, they also came and they wanted to see what was happening. They saw that there was a circle on the wall and they wondered what was happening. I said, this is a puzzle. If you want to solve, you can also try. They looked at it and took 2 steps backward to see what the answer was. They didn't participate at all. Finally, I asked Ashmita to explain. Yes, of course, I knew the answer, but I wanted her to see. She picked up the chalk and then drew a bigger circle around it and said, see, your circle has become smaller. When I have a bigger circle around your smaller circle, your circle without touching becomes smaller. And she smiled. I told them, problems like this is what life is made of. Whenever we have a problem, the first thing we tend to ask ourselves, it's a problem. How can I solve it? I can't solve it. Why is it for me? All these questions keep on coming. But what we forget is that we need a solution. And for the solution, we need to think over it. We need to work on it and definitely arrive at a solution. And once the solution is there, everyone said, oh, it's so easy. I could have also thought of it. I didn't think about it. Isn't this life all about? We tend to not think about our problem. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita Kar. That was indeed very inspiring. It is now time for us to move to our next section, which is the table topics. This is exciting because these are round robin table topics, a segment that is designed specifically to tickle your mind, challenge your spontaneity, and polish your impromptu speaking skills. This section will be led by our table topics master, Sachin Jaiswal. Sachin Jaiswal is a finance professional with over 23 years of experience across IT, healthcare, biotech startups, retail, e-commerce, and FMCG sectors. Wow, what a lovely range of experience that is. He is a chartered accountant and an alumnus of IIM Bangalore and Columbia Business School. Currently serving as Chief Financial Officer at AZA Fashions Private Limited in Mumbai. He oversees global finance operations for the US and India. With that, I now hand over the virtual stage to our table topics master, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uttara, for a kind introduction. And good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It's time for a special round-robin table topic session with a goat twist. Here is how it works. There will be 5 topics, and each topic will have 3 speakers who will be allowed to speak for 1 minute each. The Zoom moderator will mute the speaker after they complete 1 minute, and all these speakers will be chosen by me. So let's gear for a fun and spontaneous session. Our first topic is biggest personal win into 2025, and I'll put the topic in the chat box. Bear with me, I'm a little slow with technical things. So just a minute. I'm trying to put it in the chat box. Something went wrong. Just a minute, yeah. So the topic, I have put it in the chat box. Hope it is visible to everyone. And a gentle reminder, each speaker will continue from exactly where the first speaker has left. Now the sequence for the speaker for this topic will be Speaker 1, Toastmaster Barnali. Speaker 2, DTM Nancy Goel. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Michael Joshua. So now you 3 are teams. Let's begin. Toastmaster Barnali, your first minute begins now.
Yeah, hi everyone. So as per the topic, the biggest win which I feel in 2025, it is the first and foremost thing that I actually chose a subject and I thought of going online sessions on that subject, which is psychology. And every time I felt that psychology or something very philosophical subject always lures me. So I thought of taking up psychology, and I somehow, finished the entire subject in 3 months of a time span, and finally I achieved 92%. But I'm not sure whether how much I achieved and how much I gained knowledge out of it. But somewhere I felt that psychology and has actually, broadened my horizon in terms of thought process, how I can see the person from outside and how to achieve a standpoint to understand and analyze like whether that person actually what is shown is corresponding to what actually he wants to showcase in front of the world. So this is probably one of the biggest achievement, and there are multiple other achievement also, but on a personal front. But I per se I see this particular achievement to be the biggest one, and aiming to set up some more things towards psychology in the next year. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, Zoom moderator, there's a request. Please mute the speaker after 1 minute. Now, the next speaker, DTM Nancy, over to you.
Well, one more important thing about the subject that I just learned in this year, psychology, is that you can actually test people's tenacity. How so? Once I remember, I put, I took one paper and I was actually applying lipstick in the restroom. And on that paper, I just did this. And all the lipstick, the leftover lipstick was there on the paper. I was carrying that paper all with me, and while sitting on a friend's desk, I left it there. You know what happened after that? Everyone's psychology in the office was at play. Everyone started judging him that he's somewhere carrying someone's lipstick shaded tissue paper with him, and then it went to HR. So you want to test the policies of HR, you want to test people's psyche. Everything can be done if you know psychology as a subject. And
yeah, Now let's go to Toastmaster Michael Joshua. Your time begins now.
Okay, the biggest win in 2025. The one major thing I would say is actually I am from Tamil Nadu. It's a tier 3 city. I used to go to Bangalore for multiple times because of my business related things. But I don't have any personal connections much. But this throughout this 2025, I saw multiple people through communities and everything. I have a lot of people in my connections now, and they're very close, personally very close. So I would say that is my biggest achievements. I have through that they are ready to help me in multiple ways. As an outsider, I now I am able to create a community, and then they are having more than 1,000 people in that. It's not a small thing. It is very big thing. I put lot of preparations and multiple volunteers I have invoked in that.
Great. So we have wrapped the first topic now, and I love the take on psychology by Toastmaster Bindu and DTM Nancy, and then by Toastmaster Michael Joshua on creating the community. That's great. And with this, we move to our next topic, and the topic is very close to my heart. The topic is gold versus silver, which metal shines brightly in 2025? I'll just put it on chat box. Now, for this, the speakers are Ashwini, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh, and Toastmaster Swami. Can we spotlight them?
None of them are on camera, so we can't spotlight unless they're on camera.
Okay.
But we can go ahead. We will manage the muting and it.
Yeah. So, Ashwini, over to you. Your time begins now. Okay, I think okay, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh, over to you. Your time begins now.
So, am I audible?
Yes.
Gold versus silver. Which metal shines? Which metal shine brighter for investors in 2025? I believe gold and silver are metaphors here. Gold being something which is an expected goodness in somebody's life, and silver something which is an underdog, an underrated quality or an underrated gift that you have got, which somehow you don't seem to value, but still that made your life far better in 2025. For me, I would say I had many silvers in the entire year. In life, if you believe that your professional achievements or the jumps in career that you make are goals, I would say that the personal achievements, which are the silvers, do give you so much satisfaction uh, and fulfillment that you do not miss any gold that you would not have gathered in the entire year. And I personally say,
Over to you, Toastmaster Swami. Your time begins now.
He's not responding. Can you have to go with someone?
Yeah.
Swami is here. Swami is here. Swami is here.
Yeah.
Sorry, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the topic. And we have seen in 2025 regarding gold versus silver. If we can able to differentiate both as a metal, but as a different aspects, we can able to find it as in the situations, in the circumstances. For example, I have seen a person who can able to achieve everything within, who can able to compete everything within a fraction of seconds, and who can able to compete everyone through studies and achieve high scores. We can able to consider it as a gold. But if you see a autism kid or autism person, if they have to pick a spoon at initial stage of their life and is a
Thank you, both Toastmaster Chitrangana and Toastmaster Swami, for a wonderful take on the gold versus on a subject which is very close to me, and I must appreciate that both have used gold and silver as a metaphor. While I was expecting a very straight reply, silver really outshone gold in 2025. But yes, you guys have used a metaphor to describe gold and silver, which I really liked it. Now we'll come to our next topic, and I'll put the topic on the chat box. Hope topic is visible. The topic is the best book you read in 2025. The best book you read in 2025, and the speakers are Toastmaster Mita Shah, Jaya, guest Jaya, and guest Preeti. Hope they are there. Yeah. So, Toastmaster Mita, over to you. Your time begins now.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. The best book you read in 2025, for me, the best book was Believe in Yourself. And that book gave me a lot of things, and it is written by Dr. Joseph Murphy. It's a best-selling author, and this book I got as an award. So this book gave me a lot of things because first I had a doubt on me that I'm not confident, I'm not able to do this. But after this, I got the confidence to see that yes, I have to believe in myself. I can do many things. So this was a very good book, and still I'm reading and reading it again and again because this is a very good book. It is touched to my personal way that I can improve by after this. So this is my very great book, I think, in this 2025. Over to you.
Okay, now Jaya, you can start speaking.
The best book that I read in 2025. Well, I have not read any books this year, but all the books that I read in the past, one book is on which Ratan Tata had written. He had written how to handle a company, his business, and how to treat the team members right equally, and not to be bossy or anything. That's what uh, inspired me about this book, because that's what matters in life when you're working uh, in a company or institute anywhere. Like boss treating each employee equally, and
Yeah, I think Preeti is not there, so I'll request guest Abdul, to speak on the subject. Abdul, over to you. If Abdul is not responding, Noor Mohammed, Toastmaster Noor Mohammed, can you try?
Hello. Sorry. I was in mute.
Okay,
Let me try about that.
sure.
Actually, this year I not read any book, but I have one book I read. It was in the name I forgot. It's related the Milkha Singh. So about his story, and he was born in Pakistan. He went to India at the time of independence time, and he won the 400 meter running race in Olympics. And it was a motivated story. And he went. There was in Jawaharlal Nehru. He invited him to go to Pakistan. There is a games. So between India and Pakistan. Then he won in 200 meter and he defeated one Pakistani. He was the best runner, sprinter, and he defeated. From there, the Pakistan, the president or someone, he give his name as a flying Sikh. So he got the name that it was a motivation story, but I cannot remember exactly what is the name of this book. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdul, and great attempt by all. Toastmaster Meeta Shah spoke about the book Believe in Yourself. Jaya, she could not read any book in this year, but she spoke about the book written by Ratan Tata. And then Abdul, you spoke about Milkha Singh's book. And I must say that there was also a movie made on Milkha Singh. So all great attempt by everyone. Now for my next topic, the topic is if you had magical powers, what 2025 event would you change? And I have put the topic on the chat box. The team is Toastmaster Archana, Toastmaster Pallavi Agarwal, and Toastmaster Rajat Santosh. So over to you, Toastmaster Archana.
If I had that magical power in this 2025, I would definitely have changed the climatic condition which happened and the drastic um, disaster which happened in 2025, the floods, and due to which all over India, there was a kind of crisis which we all have seen. So this kind of crisis we all never want. And another thing was the plane crash. So that was one of the disaster which happened this year, and it was a major disaster. It killed so many people. I would have definitely changed it, and I wish I would have that power. But God doesn't give these powers to us because there's some or the other reason behind it, and we must believe in God's decisions. So this is what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana. Toastmaster Pallavi Agarwal, your time begins now.
Thank you so much. Yes, yes, I would also like to change that aeroplane crash, but beside these climatic change and aeroplane stress, I feel that nowadays being people running after the money is such something that is very much problem, and everybody wants is too much into work profile. So I would like to bring the family bonding together, and I would like to change the people running after money and saying that, as you said, ki whether gold is more precious, gold was on a spotlight or silver was on a spotlight. They, I want people not to be too materialistic. They understand that yes, family values and relationship is more valuable than being running after the materialistic things. So So besides changing, the most important thing is climate change and air clash. I would also want something to spiritual to be changed, and look, be more connected to the family, have more pounding, and crimes to be reduced, and people and youngsters are more safer, and girls feel more safer place to live in. uh, so that's my take on this topic. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pallavi. And then now I'll move to Toastmaster Rajat. Your time begins now.
One magical power I wish I had that could definitely change something in the world would be putting some civic sense into our Indians. Because I feel because of the lack of civic sense, Indians are facing a lot of backlash outside India, say America or London or New Zealand. And one painful image which I saw was a London bus station filled with gutka spits. They feel somehow many of the Indians feel pride about Indianizing the international countries and they take pride in it. Yet never they understand the value of respecting the other country's culture, other people's culture. And yes, if I had magical powers, definitely put some common sense and civic sense into them because they are guests of their country and they should act accordingly instead of tarnishing the image of the great country of India. Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic. All the speakers have spoken well about the subject. Archana's take on climatic condition, flood and plane crash, which she could have changed if she had magical powers. Then Pallavi's take again on climatic and condition and air crash, plus crime rates to be reduced was a wonderful take. And Rajat's take of infusing civic sense in Indians. I totally agree with you. A great job done. Now, my last topic is again, I put on the chat box. What's one opportunity from 2025 that you regret passing up? And the speakers are Hegina. I see guest Hegina.
Sachin, Omaima Obed and Abiya Obed, they have messaged you on chat. Can you please have a look? They wanted to
Yeah.
participate in this topic, please.
Yeah. So first is Hegina, then Omar Obed will be the next speaker. And just a minute.
Abiya Obed and Omaima Obed.
Okay. So next speaker will be Abeya Obed and Umaima Obed. I can't see the names. Just a minute. So Toastmaster guest Hegina, your time begins now.
Hello, a very good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for having me. And yes, so what is the opportunity from 2025 that I regret passing up? There is, first and foremost, I'm a medical technologist by profession, and I am so much into quality, and I'm building it up. And currently, I'm a laboratory supervisor of a medical laboratory here in Dubai. So one of the things that I regret passing up is to take this call from one of my connections in LinkedIn to attend the training for being an assessor, which is it's a higher form of quality surveyor. And so this one, unfortunately, I was so busy at work, and also it is not in my budget. And how I wish I have taken it up because I am really aiming to begin with this opportunity to be implemented in 2026. Nevertheless, I know that God has a path or a way for me to not to be able to make it this time, but definitely the right time will come. So once again, not able to take this training is what I regret. But I don't know. God.
Okay, we'll move to next speaker, Umaima Obed. Your time begins now.
Well, good evening, everyone. This topic reminded me of a very specific moment in my life. Once I was given the role of Sergeant at Arms, and just so you guys know, I love that role. and I was given that role for a meeting, and let's just say last minute, I got so scared. I canceled the plans and I didn't go, and I regretted it each second of my days because I loved doing that role. But to cover that feeling of mine up, next time I played as a host of a women awareness event, and it was very hard for me because I was even more scared. But this time I forced myself, and when I did it, it felt better like last time. So my message is, instead of dwelling on the past, try to fix what you can fix. Back to you, Topic Master.
Thank you. And now I'll move to Abhiya Obed. Your time begins now.
Okay. Life is all rainbows and sunshine, and until you sit down and start counting all the things you regret not doing. Well, fellow Toastmasters, when somebody asks me what I regret not doing, the only thing that comes to my mind is that visit, the travel opportunity I missed when I could have gone to Lahore with my father. You see, the first time I went to Lahore was with my family, and I was jam packed in a car. And I was so stuffed the whole time that when I got out, I could barely walk properly. And because my leg was all numb because of traveling through car, and I participated in my district contest and successfully secured the second position, I was so happy and I wanted to celebrate so bad. But my father had a very tough schedule, so we had to return the same day. But later on, my father got the opportunity to go to Lahore again, but this time through an aeroplane. But due to my comfort zone, I didn't go.
Thank you. Awesome. All the speakers spoke quite well. And especially I liked Omama's take that we should not regret any opportunity passing by. That's really great. With this, we come to the exciting table topic session, and I'll hand over this virtual stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Uttara.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. What a wonderful round of table topics that was. I was silently hoping that you call me for two topics. One was on the gold and silver, and the other one was on magic. Because even while you haven't called me, I'm going to tell you that I was literally flaunting all my silver, and I was going to talk about that. And there's here, and there's on my leg as well. So I really wanted to talk about that. I also thought if you had to give me the topic on what would that one magical power be, I'd say that that one magical power would be for me to just breathe and lose all the weight that I have, the excess weight that I have. Those were going to be my two tells for the table topics. But thank you so much. What lovely, engaging table topics they have been. With that, it is now time for us to take a short break of 5 minutes. Please rejuvenate, hydrate, stretch, and come back. It is 8:39. Let's come back at 8:44 p.m. See you on the other side.
والله خوش رقصة يا اخي دوس دوس عندي خوش فصلة يا اخي تفوز تفوز والله
1 minute is 5 minutes is over, right?
Not yet. We have another 2 minutes to go. It's 8:42. 8:44 is when we begin.
Okay.
Hands. Can I see either a show of hands or just a thumbs up that tells me that you're back? Okay, we are waiting. I can see Sourav Dutta here, but I don't think I can see Pallavi has given me a thumbs up. I can see Smruti. I can see Chitrangana. I can see Swami, Mita. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming back. And before we reconnect with our theme, there's one thing I missed out on before we went for the break was to give a loud round of applause to all the table topic speakers for ensuring that they had their quick thinking hats on and used impactful words. Thank you very much, everybody. All right, as we reconnect with our theme, the final chapter 2025. Remember, we don't just end a year, we harvest the lessons of one chapter to plant the seeds for the next. Let's move forward with energy and enthusiasm. A quick check. Are all our role takers back and ready? General evaluator, the evaluators for both the speakers, in the TEL team, is everyone back? I think they are. Yes, I think I can see most of you here. Thank you. We now move to the evaluation section, a segment that reflects the true spirit of Toastmasters, growing through feedback. This section will be led by our general evaluator, who, along with her TEL team, the timer, evaluators, listeners, and language evaluator, will help us reflect, reinforce, and refine. Over to you, General Evaluator Smruti, Sagarika, Mohanty.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uttara. Let's divide this particular segment interestingly. We will do the prepared speech evaluation, followed by the report submitted by the TEL team. TEL team, please keep the reports ready and updated parallelly. Ensure that you present your report within 2 to 3 minutes max. And then followed by that, we will do the role taker evaluation alongside. Let's get started with our prepared speech evaluations. Now, for the first speaker, we had Toastmaster Chaithra and our first evaluator who will evaluate on the content, what has been said by the speaker. The evaluator is Toastmaster Chitrangana, who is a 11-year-old corporate champion, passionate traveler, dance enthusiast. She is now adding mom and impeccable communicator to her resume, mastering the ultimate juggling act, definitely. Toastmasters Chitrangana, stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. Toastmaster Chaithra, first of all, congratulations for delivering your icebreaker. This is going to be the most memorable speech in your Toastmasters journey, and what a terrific job you have done there. I would want to give you a clap of hands to start with. My dear Toastmasters and guests, I am definitely going to walk away with a strong takeaway from Toastmasters Chaitra's speech, and I'm pretty sure you all also are going to do the same. We all have heard laughter is the best medicine. What Toastmasters Chaitra has told that laughter is not just a medicine, it's a broom that sweeps all the clutter away from our mind and ensures that all the clear ideas emerge on the surface. Your message was strong, loud, and clear. You told how you keep humor as your companion by your side all the time. And whenever we are having any encounter with you, we are off to a very funny treat. Your flow of speech, the way you curated the flow of your speech was super logical. You started with a challenging situation, then mentioned certain inner conflicts or inner emotions that you were feeling at that time, followed with something funny that happened, something funny your husband said, you said, or a colleague or somebody coming up to you and bringing laughter in that moment, which totally changed the situation from you getting the drive wheel back. This structure you followed in both your professional and personal anecdotes, and I absolutely loved that. Your content was absolutely original. You shared a personal, two personal stories, and how you use humor as a life skill to navigate situations like that. Like I mentioned, the takeaway is definitely super strong for all of us. Out of all these commendations, I have one small recommendation to share with you as well, to make your future speeches, to ensure that your future speeches are more impactful, at least for the introductory speeches from next time onwards. Why don't you? I believe that if you try to add more about your personal journey, like your family, work, passion, or any key moments, we can get to bond with you better and we can get to know you better as a person. For example, you could have mentioned how any incidents or events in your childhood actually led you to exploration of laughter as a navigation skill. Or you could have mentioned how through laughter you have crossed major hurdles in professional or a personal space. To summarize, um, your speech was incredible. It was well structured. It had a strong message. The content was super authentic and original. 5 star on making the content engaging with so many dialogues. And if you get to add more personal stories and more uh, you know uh, essentially a build up from your childhood to where you are today, your speeches are going to be more impactful in future. All the best to all the future speeches that you're going to deliver in Toastmasters. Looking forward to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chitrangana.
Thank you so much, Chitrangana. Well, Chitrangana, a few thoughts from my end on the evaluation speech which you have presented. Icebreaker speech in general definitely need from an evaluator's end a lot of encouragement. You did justice by conveying the same in the right possible manner with a good choice of word. That's very important for the speaker to move forward from here. If I would like to add something here, educate the speaker if they did meet the project objective or not. Did you get to know the speaker a bit closer or be at least more about before joining the meeting? What did you know about her then and now? Did the speech was the bridge between the same? If you can add, it will help the speaker a lot. And definitely please take care of the timing part. We explained a lot on elaborating on the good factors. We can bring a balance. Start your recommendation, even if you have one, start it early, wrap it well, and be within time. But thank you so much, Trangana, for your evaluation. Let's move ahead with our next evaluator for the same speaker. May I request Toastmaster Archana? Toastmaster Archana is a consultant. Oh, wow. I need to spend some time here. Toastmaster Archana is a consultant anesthesiologist, intensivist, and pain physician. I hope I pronounced everything correctly. If not, please excuse me here. Alongside her medical expertise, she brings a love for travel, art, and storytelling. Her passion for communication and personal growth makes her a wonderful addition to our Toastmasters family. Toastmaster Archana, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. And I think anesthesiologist being the tongue twister for all of us here. Okay, jokes apart. So, Toastmaster Chaithra, kudos to you for your wonderful icebreaker speech. And what I absolutely loved about your speech is the engaging humor and entertaining part. Your speech was throughout entertaining, and you kept the audience engaged throughout your speech. And you showed us that when the stress clouds the mind, laughter can become the most effective reset button for all of us. That was a message that you conveyed through your speech, and it landed it well. There were several moments when you truly shined, and one such strength of yours is voice modulation. You just didn't speak, you performed through your voice. The shifts in your tone clearly reflected different emotions throughout the speech, like confusion, nervousness, frustration. Everything was on point. And finally, the relief through your laughter. The second thing which stand out for me was your body language. The hand gestures were natural and they were purposeful. The facial expressions were well timed, and your constant smile was truly engaging. There are a few recommendations for you, since it was a icebreaker speech, so not much recommendations, but a few that can help you enhance your speech. Like you could use strategic pauses. Uh, these pauses, if they are effectively and well timed, they can actually help us as an audience to breathe and to sink in your message. A short pause after a punchline or a realization that allows the message to sink in properly. So that could help. And another thing, what I felt was the ending was slightly rushed. So slowing down in the conclusion would have left the audience with a lasting impact. To conclude, uh, you were excellent with your voice modulation, body language, and facial expressions. And what you could include in your speech is strategic pauses and a calmer ending. This speech can become more effective, from entertaining to truly unforgettable, if you include all these points. And overall, it was a wonderful speech. Looking forward for more of such speeches. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Archana, for helping our speaker to identify the pointers where she excelled and where she need to improve. If I may add one thought on the speech which you offered, while sharing the recommendation, it will be more helpful for the speaker if we can give them how of the recommendation. I love the fact that you showed the why of the recommendation, the what and where of the recommendation. How about touching on the aspect of how to do it? It will give a bit clarity to the speaker. Oh, this is how she is expecting me to work upon. Thus, touch upon the how part. It will help the speaker to understand better. Thank you so much for a clinical evaluation once again. Can we please hear it for both our evaluators, Toastmaster Archana and Toastmaster Chitrangana? Toastmaster Chaithra, are you here around? Okay, I can see you in the
Yes, I
meeting
am.
room.
Yes,
Okay. May I ask if this is your first path?
yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Then you have a lot of scope of learning a lot of more things in your next level and next project. If one thing I can suggest here, when you bring a humorous speech or be it any speech, it's better to bring some intrigue factor in your speech title itself. Don't give away everything in your speech title. Try to make it short and crisp and let Smruti sit and wait for the speech that what exactly she's gonna come and explain. So if you can try that particular aspect and look at me when you are speaking. When I say look at me, I expect you to look at the camera. You just look at your computer screen because we are sitting here. You are quite expressive with your expressions. Just I was trying to just grasp those expressions and was expecting you to look at the camera screen. But I truly believe with your next path, your next project and next speech, you will dwell on these aspects too. But thank you so much for delivering a beautiful icebreaker humorous speech. Can we hear it for us speak? Okay, let's move ahead with our next set of evaluators. And for the second speaker, our second speaker was Toastmaster Samita. And may I request distinguished Toastmaster Sourav to start with the delivery aspect of the evaluation. A person with many accolades, a person
I'm
wearing many.
actually evaluator two. Evaluator one is.
She's not here, so I'll. Is she here?
Oh, okay.
No. So I'll cover it in my evaluation. Okay. Okay, so I don't have a formal introduction, but yeah, you see the person who is the backbone of the Gabbys Club. People look up for every leadership role and every role here and there and take inspiration from this gentleman. Let's hear it from the evaluation and learn more from here. Distinguished Toastmaster Saurav, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Samita, I have two A's to offer to you today, and both the A's. I mean, the commendation and the recommendation is around the A's only. The first A is audience interaction. So you post a question to the audience, and no one was responding. And then you picked up someone from the audience, which is Nancy, and you asked a specific question. I think that's exactly how it should be done, because we always try to engage the audience, but not all members of the audience are participative, or sometimes the audience themselves are not responding. So at that time, a professional speaker or a proficient speaker would always try to take control back and pick up someone from the audience and pose the question back. My recommendation is again around the audience interaction. Even though you asked Nancy, she did not give an answer. She passed on the question to someone saying that, I'll rather have someone give the answer. So then what you did is you essentially again gave the audience the control back, right? So you should have said that we would definitely want to hear from him as well, but why don't I first start hearing from you, right? So that would have again helped you retain the control. That's the recommendation around the audience interaction. Similarly, I have a recommendation and commendation around the anecdote. So the highlight of your speech was the anecdote, and you had a classic anecdote. You checked you checked all the boxes when we say a classic anecdote. You had a context to the anecdote. You had characters to the anecdote with proper names, etc. And you had a conflict in the anecdote. So all these three C's together build a very solid anecdote. That's the commendation part. That's how an anecdote should be structured. Not loose, not clumsy, but very well structured. The problem is the anecdote hijacks your speech. If you go back and listen to your speech, almost 75% to 80% of your speech was the anecdote. That left you with very little or almost no time to talk about the core message. Because the anecdote or the presentation or the prop, all of these things are nothing but the scaffolding. The message is the building. So what you're trying to deliver to us, you are left with hardly a few seconds, and I suspect that's why you went over time. So what we need to do is balance the message and the story in such a way so that you have ample room for both. To sum it up, it was a very well-structured speech with anecdotes, with audience interaction, but I would want you to ensure that the message is still the hero of the speech and you are the director of the story, where you retain the control of the speech throughout the speech. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, for again a quite descriptive evaluation. One small thing, please help us understand if the speaker, did she meet the project objective? The objective was connecting with storytelling. Is it like a yes or a no? So definitely you can discuss it later. And please add, if we can add the seminar evaluation as well, audience, it will help the audience as well to understand that if we are in line with the speech objective. But thank you so much once again for that elaborative evaluation. Can we please hear it for our evaluator? Toastmaster Samita. Lovely usage of language, the descriptive words, the stretched blue sky, the greenery of the forest. I was just making a note of a lot of things. So thanks a lot with respect to using the using the right choice of word here. With respect to quick things, there were a few long pauses in your speech today, and that was quite a hindrance in the transition part. It seems as if I know the story. I really want you to rush it and let's come to the next part. I mean, what happened? What was the contribution of all those characters? So, if we can really short those pauses and bring on smooth transition, it will definitely help us connect more with the story which you have given to us. Second thing is, I was expecting a strong call of action. The speech was informative, it was engaging, you had characters, you had everything. But what do you want me to do after listening to your story? Definitely, you had a moral of the story, but you kept it to yourself. I am assuming it was because of the timing. You tried to just rush it and just wrap the story and give it to the Toastmaster of the day. That was quite visible. But if we can work towards giving a strong call of action to the audience who are listening to you, we can quickly wrap it up along the same and we are good to go. But thank you so much for delivering a very descriptive story in front of us. Can we please hear it for our second speaker, to Samita Kar? Okay, then. Thank you so much. Our speech evaluations are done. We will quickly go to our tell team. But I will start with our timer. Timer, are you ready to share the screen? It was too quick for you, but wanted to check if you're ready to share your timing report.
Smruti, I'll take possibly 1 more minute.
I understand. Let's quickly go to our language evaluator in that case. May I request Toastmaster Gaurav to please help us understand the usage of language in this particular meeting? Over to you.
Yeah, just give me a moment. I'll share the screen. Okay, I hope the screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So the word of the day today was used by Toastmaster Uttara Sharma, Toastmaster Chaithra, and Toastmaster Nancy. So thank you for that. The filler words, the very common filler words used here by all of us is you know, and we usually give short or quite long pauses in between. So what can we do about it? We could just give a gap in between, you know. Let's say you're about to say instead you just give a second gap and let the audience sink in the information. That would help you kind of overlap the filler words. There were quite a few rhetorical devices used today, and quite a few noteworthy phrases as well. So coming to rhetorical devices, there were what a feeling it must be. Light-hearted. Air is crisp. Live in the real world. Laughter is the best medicine. And two A's to offer. And one of them was, you know what happened? Some of the noteworthy phrases, there were a lot in today's meeting, and some of them were lot of scope, intrigued, dwell on this aspect, strong call of action, positive spirit, dynamic, flaunting, rejuvenate, super logical, retain the control, ample room, backlash, tarnish, dwell on the past. There's one part wherein I would recommend to correct one speaker. So that would be she said very problem. Instead, you could have said highly problematic. And as I am, learning how to speak, how to give speeches, there's one point which I have understood that made me understand the importance of metaphors or the rhetorical devices. They are, studies show that about more than 40, I mean, almost 40% of the speech is remembered by the audience if you use metaphors or rhetorical devices. So if you are just like me trying to wonder why should I give metaphors, it just makes the speech very, hard to remember. Just remember this. So that is my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gaurav, for making the report informative and also by adding the facts and figures to the same. It was elaborative. You tried to wrap it up within time. That's more important. You introduced well initially with respect to the words and the roles and everything. You pasted the same in chat box as well. What we all need as an audience is a little push, and how we can offer a little push by pasting the same again and again, encouraging them maybe before the round robin session or before the evaluation segment, and we still have the meeting on. So whenever or wherever you wish to, you are the language evaluator, feel free to paste the word and maybe give them, or you give example that how to use it in more beautiful or another interesting manner. So take the liberty to push the audience. We all need a little push. But thank you so much for doing justice to your role. Can we please hear it for a language evaluator? Okay, let me quickly check with our timer. Toastmaster Barnali, are we ready?
Yes, of course. Yeah, so can I share my screen? Do you want me to share my
Yes, please.
screen? Okay, is it visible? Yeah, so the report says that there are 2 disqualifications Toastmaster Samita Kar, she actually surpassed the timing, and the time taken is 7.48 minutes. And Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh, she surpassed, and it's 3.53 minutes. Other than that, the other people, they qualified, and they actually within the time frame. So this is all about my, the timer, this thing.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Barnali. It was too quick and prompt of you to pick those new color cards and using it at the right time when I requested you to. So thank you so much for that prompt action. Thank you so much for describing the role well in advance clearly. Few things which a timer need to be more vigilant about. I'm gonna share it right away. First and foremost thing is to help the speaker know that where you will be in their entire speech duration. Will you be there raising your hand, or you will be spotlighted separately or parallelly? Either it can be done by the TMOD or the timer, but I would urge the timer to do it while doing the introduction part. Just help them know that, hey, I'll be spotlighted the moment the green light comes. And I saw a lag in between for the second speaker. The yellow card came first. We missed the green card actually. So we can be a more vigilant with respect to sharing the color cards. The third thing is with respect to grace period. For speakers, grace periods are also important because we are doing polling part. Now, in order to eligible to be on that polling list, it is important to meet the grace period or at least be within the time. For example, for speeches, and we had only speeches, which is evaluation speech and prepared speech, 30-second grace period is offered on both sides. So we have to explicitly define it. So if you can add the same, it will definitely elevate your introduction as a timer. So let's try to incorporate it. But thank you so much for doing a splendid job by taking a note of each and every timing aspect. Kudos to your role. Can we please hear it for our timer, Toastmaster Barnali?
Thank you, Smruti.
Most welcome. We'll come to our listener after the few evaluations. I'm just reconfirming, Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, will you be taking up that part? Okay, thank you so much. I'll come back in a while. Let's understand quickly with respect to role takers first, starting with the Sergeant at Arms. The role again played by Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, right on time, because we had the other arrangement, the other person was supposed to be there, but that shows that how leaders are made, always prepared on the right moment, right time to take the stage on time. So thank you so much for bringing not a script, but bringing your personal touch to the SAA script. So we did justice to all the narration, the pointers, the do's and don'ts, everything. The best part was also about introducing your next role taker, because we build the gravity or we build the stage for the next speaker followed by. So again, you added a personal touch while introducing the presiding officer. So thank you so much for doing your role. Let's move ahead with our presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita Kar. And Toastmaster Samita, you did not hear it. You really acknowledged and reciprocated your SAA with introduction by adding another few words to her. Now, that's the very beautiful part, and that's how we do. We need to reciprocate a fellow Toastmaster. You fit all the norms, like you ticked each and every box by letting us know a basic background regarding the Toastmaster, why we have gathered around here. One small thing, if we can clearly understand who is a member or not, it will just help us to be more prepared in a meeting. Specifically with case to one, addressing one speaker, one member as a guest. But other than that, a good part in introducing each and everybody, and also you check the room that okay, we do not have any guests. Having said that, let's get to know people. Oh, even if you are a member, I'll circle back once again towards the end. So you decided to hold the meeting and to have the meeting within your control. So good job on doing the presiding officer roles. If there are any announcements, or if there is something we should know about the club, if we can also add it here. May not be a very big announcement, but something about the club, something about Gabbys. If you can also offer to the visiting Toastmaster, that would be really beautiful. But thank you so much once again for your role. Moving ahead, we had our I'll Toastmaster of the day. I'll just cover that after our listener, because again, I have a lot of things to share here. I'll go to the table topic master first. Toastmaster Sachin, I somehow felt, I mean, the round robin session at Gabby's is like a first time for me. So I was like, okay, how he is gonna uh, execute it when I see only black boxes? That gives a lot of chills, like in a negative way, not in a positive way. That, okay, how am I gonna put the speakers on the stage? But you tried to pick and call everybody possible, that hey, you will be the next speaker lined up, please come and speak. Even if they were not there, you were trying to call the other person. So you did try your best to ensure the engagement is there, people are getting enough chances. So good job in being the table topic master by bringing topic which are relatable. So full marks on the topic part, on how you are trying to hold your audience. Now certain things which we can mindful about. One was the abrupt ending of your segment. Now, table topic is your segment. You started it, you executed it. How about ending it also correctly? How you want to summarize even your experience? That was equally important. We just abruptly ended and gave it to the TMOD. Second and most important part, even though it was a round robin segment, still people were not quite clear about it. We saw speakers coming and speaking on the topic directly rather than continuing the same from the previous speaker. That's fair enough, because it is not a traditional way of conducting a segment. So what we can do here, we can just remind them. Maybe one slot was over, we saw that, oh, this is not happening. You can remind them that, hey, this is where you need to continue. And second, please don't mind, but you will be, again remind them, you will be muted after 1 minute. I saw people were like with weird expression, why did he mute me? So we can do that, aware them, educate them. It will make them feel involved. So, but thank you so much, Toastmaster Sachin, for executing again this bold segment quite interestingly. Kudos to you too. Okay. A humble request to the Zoom moderator today. Well, I don't know who was the Zoom moderator at present, but there was a lot of lag in this particular meeting. I understand, maybe because people were jumping in, filling in shoes. Having said that, if we can manage the Zoom, a lot of lag actually. Someone else was speaking, but the previous person was still spotlighted. The transitioning were a bit here and there, so we can just be mindful about the same. Next part. Oh, was it Isha? I don't know. Suddenly her image popped up. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Isha. That's like a huge. You took the ownership that, hey, I was the person, so don't blame anybody else. But no problem. Not just blaming, but we can just be mindful about this, and so that the recording which is getting captured and uploaded, that will be taken care of. Now, quickly, let's go to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Uttara. Right before the meeting, even the essay role, you decided to set that aura, set that positive aroma in that entire room. I felt it with your first hi, with your first wish. So you had that vibe and you had that sense of breath where people can feel involved and included. So kudos on bringing the same. Uh, I was just checking that time, that how we did with respect to segment, and you really, I don't know how you managed it, but you brought the next segment right on time. I was like, give me a reason to just say something about you, but you executed it beautifully. Every segment was a tuck, 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 right on time. So it was a very good arrangement. As a team mod, when we enter the room, now what else can we do? When we know we are excelling, how about we also pitch in and check if the role takers are available or not? Well before the time, okay? And while parallelly, we are the facilitator as a team mod. So we need to ensure that the role takers are here. If not, then who's the backup? Let me check with the team. Let me check with the VP. We can all equally share the ownership with maybe the VP or the person who is taking in charge. That's one thing. And second, which I shared with the timer, if as a team mod also we can do that, confirm with the speaker that, hey, can you see the timer before they start the speech? Now they can clarify with you that, oh, where am I supposed to see them? Are they going to raise their hand or they will be pinned? So we can just clear that particular air. But good job in engaging with each and everybody, having the right rhythm. Just few things here and there with respect to the role taker arrangement, the timer, and we are good to go. I loved your execution. Can you please hear it for all our role takers?
Thank you.
I hope I covered everyone. So now let's quickly go back to the listener of our evening. May I request distinguished Toastmaster Nancy to please help us understand, rather please test our listening skill. Over to you.
Before I test our listening skills, I'll just fill in for what this role is all about. So, I'm here making notes of certain aspects mentioned during the speech. Any speech, whether it was a prepared speech or a TT speech, whatever I've made note of, I just need to check whether you listen to those aspects or not. So that's my role for today. I have a couple of questions here, very few that I'll be posing right now. And all of you, whosoever knows the answer, just unmute yourself and speak it out loud if you know the answer, except the person who delivered the speech. Are we all clear with the rules? Okay, here we go. Do you remember Hegina's speech? Hegina was a TT speaker and she talked about one profession. What profession is she in? Hegina, not for you.
Is it healthcare, medical?
Somewhere in healthcare, medical, yes.
Anesthesia.
She said she's medical technologist. She's a supervisor in healthcare domain. She's a medical technologist. This was a very difficult one, difficult to remember. Okay, let's come to title of Samita's speech. Toastmaster Samita Kar delivered a speech, but what was the title?
Approach.
Okay. I could see that a couple of us were listening. Let's name the subject that Barnali talked about in her table topic. Toastmaster Barnali mentioned a subject that she's fond of. What was that subject?
Psychology.
Okay, lovely. We also had a question around table topics where Pallavi talked about a couple of events that she would like to change. So can we name a few of those events?
Crash of the aircraft.
Climatic
Aircraft
change,
crash, yes.
climatic change, and flood. And
Climate change, floods, what else?
Crime.
Crime, yes. Yes, that's pretty much about it. And behavior of people about money. Last but not the least, what fear did Michael Joshua talk about? The fear he overcame this year. What fear did he talk about?
Public speaking.
Lovely. So I must say that we did a fairly good job in listening today. All of us were actively present, knowing what's happening around and what other people are talking about. So that's my report for you, General Evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. Can you please hear it for our listener too? Well, that's a wrap. We did really well with respect to the overall execution of the meeting. And again, the agenda was shared on time, the meeting request was shared on time, everything was right there in their respective places. One quick, humble request to the BPE that while choosing or while giving the evaluator's role, can we debrief the same to the evaluators, please, that the first evaluator will restrict his or her evaluation to the context and the second is the delivery, because every time we see that okay, here and there people try to mix this content with the delivery aspect, it leaves the other speaker in a quite uncomfortable position. So if you can just do the debriefing and get an acknowledgement from them that hey, I hope it was clear. That's it. But overall, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to come back and take a role at the Gabbys meeting. And I hope I can come back again and again. On that note, I give the stage back to our lovely Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Uttara. Over to you.
Thank you to our General Evaluator and the entire TEL team for their thoughtful and constructive evaluation segment. We started the meeting talking about milestones that we're proud of. There is one thing, though, I would like to speak about right now, is a promise that I made to myself when the year started. For those of you who know or don't know, I have been a motorbiker. And the reason I say I have been is because when I became a dog parent, I decided to give a pause to motorbiking. I wanted to dedicate all my time to my growing little boy. However, when the year 2025 started, I promised myself that I will start motorbiking again. I wanted to cruise through those smooth highways and fight my way through those off-roading terrains once again like I've done in the past. And guess what? I did get back onto the saddle. However, I only got back on the saddle for 2 short breakfast rides. That's one thing I feel I really should have given a little more time to. With a show of hands, would any one of you like to share with all of us what are those things that you decided to do, could not do, and will focus on it in 2026? Anyone? A show of hands. Just unmute yourself and speak. All right, I don't see a show of hands. Yes, go ahead, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal.
So I decided in the beginning of the year that I'll be going to Japan. There's a place called Daisado, and unfortunately I could not go for some reasons, but definitely I'm planning for the next year.
Lovely, brilliant, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I wish you have a great journey to Japan and back. Yes, Presiding Officer Samita Kar, go ahead.
I wanted to write a book, which I started and I did half of it. And I hope 2026 I complete it and get it published.
All our energies are with you for that. All the best
Thank
to you. Is there anyone else? One more person? Due to the paucity of time, we'll take one more person who can share with us something that they wanted to do in 2025, but they will take it in 2026. Anyone? Yes, Agina.
Yes, I wanted to pursue this assessor training program so that I will be able to really nail down my objective for the next year.
Brilliant. What a lovely resolution that is. And we're making resolutions even before the new year begins. Thank you so much for sharing. And I, for one, promise all of you that I will post a picture of me in my really nice cool riding gear on my little bullet. I don't want to call it a little bullet because it is quite a large bullet, and I call him Sher Khan. So Sher Khan and me are going to be coming back with a bang. All right, now as we near the end of today's meeting, it is time for me to bring our theme, the final chapter 2025, to a close. And what a rich story it has been. From our brave speakers to diligent evaluators, everyone here has contributed a vital line to our collective growth today. A book is only as good as the characters within it, and I am honored to be in the story with all of you. Let's take the energy from this meeting and use it to finish our 2025 journey with grace and purpose. Until we meet for the next chapter, I now hand over the virtual stage back to our presiding officer, Samita Kar, to carry forward the final proceedings of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Presiding Officer Samita Kar.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Today, what a meeting it was. We were talking about the final chapter, and the year is coming to an end. Whenever the year comes to an end, we start thinking of what did we not do and what are we going to do next year. This is what our mind goes through every December. By the time January comes, we are full of energy. But what happens? I think so. We will get to know about that in the end of January, one of the meetings. I'll be asking this. What did we do? Talking about Gabbys, Gabbys is 2 clubs, one family. One we meet on Tuesdays, another one we meet on Saturday morning. 2 clubs means 2 meetings, lots of roles to be taken. So whoever wants to be a speaker or a role taker, please connect with the BPEs. Now, as we have come to the end of our session today, our meeting today, I would like our guest, Egina, please give us a feedback on how did you like the meeting or anything we can do to make a meeting better. Yes, you're on mute. Regina Alsola.
if you can give us, how did the meeting go? Did you like it? Did you want something to be better? You can unmute and speak. We can't hear you. Okay, we'll come back to her. I can see Abdul Nazar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am first time came to online for this meeting, but actually I don't know. I just got the link, and I am in Dubai in Desert Club, Desert Voice Club. I'm the member, and normally I joined recently joined. I don't have that much of experience in the Toastmaster Club, and appreciate for your speakers and evaluation. Everything I enjoyed. And normally I am going for the offline classes. Actually, I visited 18 clubs, and this Regina also my family member in the same club. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining us online. So
I'm
now we
so
are waiting.
sorry.
Yes,
I was
please.
trying to turn on, but I'm using mobile phone and I don't know that.
Okay.
It's just not coming up. All right, anyway, thank you very much for having me this evening. And it's good to hear one of our members, Toastmaster Abdul Nazar, who is very enthusiastic Toastmaster member. So, yes, I find your meeting today very unique in such a way that the evaluator normally in our it's very innovative in such a way that the evaluator normally in our club meetings they do say all the feedback towards the end. She is the last person to speak after all the speakers. And here I find it like in every stage of your like for example, she already gave her feedback to the timer before the end. Like it's in every segment, she's giving the feedback. So she's also like a TMOD. So I was a little bit confused who was really, is it really like this, the Toastmaster of the day? I was a bit confused, but it's very innovative in such a way that this is my first experience to have this feedback given right away after the segment is done. And yes, I find it interesting, and especially also the table topic, which is kind of like, I thought it's only like for the members, they are grouped together, but then I was very surprised that, oh, okay, so I'm also part of the group. However, I would like to suggest that probably the table topic could, master could give also a brief that this is for all members, whoever in the meeting, so that at least the guests will know that, okay, you have to be attentive because you will be called anytime as well. So I thought it was already grouped, so it's quite interesting, and I really enjoyed as well. And thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Hope you come and attend our meeting. Definitely, we'll take it up, and we will reiterate again that yes, everyone can take part in table topics. It's open, and this is a new format that we have it in our club, and it's a different format, definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much. So now the most awaited one, that is, who was the best role taker? Who was the best auxiliary role taker? And we have best auxiliary role taker is a listener today. Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Let us hear it for her. Best evaluator is distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. And best role taker, none other than our Toastmaster of the day, Uttara Sharma. Toastmaster Uttara Sharma. Congratulations to all for having won the best role taker, auxiliary role taker, and the evaluator of the today. With that, I declare the meeting closed, and we will meet on Saturday, 10 a.m. Till then, goodbye, take care, and let's meet on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.